Wow.
Little shawty be on my ass, right? And I be like, damn, shawty, like, I know you got other niggas. All them. I ain't for it tonight. Like, why you bothering me? You come back in my life, and I've been doing. Call your other niggas. I ain't for it today. I'm not with it. I don't want to kick it. Call you another nigga.
I don't feel like kicking shit.
Facts. I just
like
want to chill.
Like karate.
Chill.
Boy, speaking of, boy, I know we were talking about them Shaq gummies.
Right.
Boy, saying goddamn Jess hilarious out Shaq.
Yeah, and he was like, damn, Jess. Because I've been to Shaq house. He lived like Neo with white women.
I say, oh shit. That motherfucker.
I say Shaq at this point, he fuck any type of woman. He give it down.
Shaq been freaky.
Yeah, as long as she 20, what, I don't know, what, 21, 19, I don't know how old he like them. But then one of them old niggas that like them young bitches.
Hey, I'm gonna stop getting mad.
I've been over it. Like,
see what Jess
real
said.
Quick random observation. I'm at Shaq house yesterday, right?
Yo.
And this man is living like Neo. He got 4 white bitches, big booties, and then like one is in the kitchen cleaning, the other one is in the basement. The like
Shaq,
4.
who's Shaquille O'Neal?
Yeah, I mean I don't know another Shaq,
Right?
But yes,
He be down in Atlanta.
Guess what, Jess?
Yeah, he got a house in Atlanta.
And he got 4 wives.
4 white women.
Does Shaq want you to say this?
Yes.
You'll
never get invited to his house.
No, I don't give a hot goddamn.
What happened at the house yesterday that makes you never want to go back there again? That you told the story.
No. I don't know. I don't know if I'm gonna go back or not. But man, when I seen two of them was bad. The other ones they were getting there. But I couldn't believe it. 4 white women. No, I mean like the other 2 of them was like beautiful bad. I'm like, okay, all right, Shaq, I see what you're doing. Then I seen the other 2 come out the back, and I was like, oh, all right, they getting there. They need a little bit more work.
Mm-hmm. Why you ain't DM Dr. Umar and report this?
Because Dr. Umar got something of his own that he going on right now. He going through right now. So I chose to leave that brother alone. But man, I could not believe it.
Did they cook for you?
Yeah. His Shaq. I mean, his chef definitely whipped up something for me. But no, not the women. No, they were cleaning. One was massaging him. She ain't care about his feet. Like she was massaging him. Then he got the big bed. The bed looked like an aquarium, like a big. It's crazy.
We have to send snow bunny buses to Shaq house.
I'm serious. Now I might not be. Now that you said that, I might not be invited back. But man, I don't give a damn. I cannot.
I want to know what you saw there yesterday that just made you say, you know what? I have to tell everybody this
because I don't know. I just was thinking. I'm like, yo, because. Neo keep coming up. He got the 4 girls, the 4, because he not married to them, not 4 wives, but he got the polygamy thing going on. And I'm like, Shaq really was trying to do that. That's why I compared. I'm like, yo, you living like Neo, but your women are white and with big booties. And
you ain't get a video?
No, I ain't get a video. He wouldn't let me record. He not about to let me record nothing in his house.
Let you come back.
I said, don't worry about it. I'm going to talk about it. I ain't got to record.
I can't wait to wherever you go tonight.
Oh, so
the news is real, so.
You told him you was going to talk about it?
Nah, I ain't telling
Oh, Lord have
mercy. Oh, well, he'll be all right. Yeah, all right. Why would you invite Jess with the mess of all people to your house?
That is true.
That's on you. And then, you supposed to hide them bitches. You ain't supposed to have me just walk into them. Real quick, random.
May sings too, though. That is just the best. You think your shit gonna come out? You ain't make us sign no NDA when you stepped in that house neither.
I don't know. I'm like, why was you there anyway?
What the fuck? They all be friends and shit.
All right.
That celebrity shit, they all be knowing each other, be fake beefs, this, that. Shaq, the type of motherfucker, he can try to kick it with everybody.
Shit, and I know Jess is a hypergamy.
Jesus.
She full of hypergamy.
Lord.
I know she don't give a damn. She in a relationship. I remember the Chico Bean story.
Oh yeah.
She don't give a fuck.
And then she don't mind talking shit about the nigga she with.
Exactly.
She'll tell a nigga he weak as hell.
That's why I kept looking at her facial expressions, and then when she messed up, it was like she was trying to say his chef, but she was like his Shaq. And it's like,
yeah, she was fucking. She
you
wanted
to, or she probably had that in mind until she ran into what she ran into.
Yeah, like
I don't think that's what it gives. That's not what that gives. God,
What it
I
give-
don't know,
what it
because
give
Shaq the type of motherfucker, he'll shoot a shot. He don't give a damn.
Yeah. But what did it give to you, Ratchet?
I mean, it did not give like I was over there to fuck Shaq. That's not what that gave.
It was it sounded like she was just there to hang out with her partner.
I mean, it just sounded like, or it probably was a bunch of people fucking hanging out. It probably was not just her.
I don't know, because she would have said it was other people there.
And she telling all their business.
Yeah, she would have said it was other people there.
I mean,
She was the only one there out of
So it was her, Shaq, and 4 bitches,
and the chef.
and the chef.
and the
That sound like a
Please.
That sound like a Diddy party.
Please. That makes no. Anyway. Anyway.
I would like more details. So
I don't want no more details. And I
Spill
hope
all
Shaq
this.
puts an NDA. Like, what the fuck? People
Yeah.
can't just live. That's
Yeah.
why you can't, man.
I definitely agree with the NDA saying like, yeah,
But you know, Beyonce notorious for them bitches.
like just go ahead and
because
sign
nobody
this.
don't know how to shut the fuck up. Y'all
Right.
just don't know how to have a good
Or y'all be
time.
so like amazed that these motherfuckers really live the way they motherfuckers is ready to throw their lives away for them.
I guess.
Like, you see these super fans and shit.
Yeah, that's actual fan
Stands.
behavior.
Yeah.
Actual and factual.
They be down, so don't give them the damn.
I know,
about they
like,
self.
like if y'all watched For the Love of Drewski, like the bitch got down tatted the nigga name before she even got there.
No, I did not. I don't.
Tell me that one be like, my man.
Nah, I ain't.
Bro, y'all gotta watch that show,
this
bro.
shit.
Y'all got to watch that shit, bro. Drewski got one,
Do
another one.
either of y'all have like a partner, ex-partner of tattooed on you, or like any girl, not family
No.
member?
No,
Okay.
no.
Oh, short guy.
I got my family member.
Oh,
got
short
my
guy.
mama
Why
right
you
here.
being so quiet, short
I
guy?
wasn't
shit.
even here. What happened?
Damn.
What happened?
Yeah, he got one. He
All
got
the
a couple. He
all
got
the
a couple.
tattoos you got, short guy.
Yeah, it's easier
Oh
to hide
no.
them, too.
I don't got nobody name. But I got matching tattoos with a lot of bitches. Yeah. But it's really to get my brother some money, and because it'll mean something else to me.
Nah, I feel you. I feel you.
Yeah.
I was just wondering because you know these bitches. Be
No, but I got a few that I got matching. Like I'm gonna tell them why I got it. Like that's one of my bottom motherfuckers right there. You feel me?
Oh, okay.
Bro, speaking of tattoos, bro, I know that I just found out yesterday that what a semicolon mean. Like, and this
Snitching video that came out.
Well, that's one. But how you feel about the nigga rant off of the backlash he got from the original Say Cheese interview?
Which one?
Well, he did a Say Cheese interview. They're speaking about Lil Ronnie and the death of him and his daughter. And in the interview, he was like very compassionate. He didn't snap off. But then Lil Ronnie baby mama came back and snapped on him. Like he said, well, what he was basically saying is the only reason why we know about this one is because Lil Ronnie was quote unquote a popular person in Texas.
Right.
When last year they had like 3 similar situations go on and nobody gave a damn. And they were all kids up under 5 years old. You know what I'm saying? So he was basically on some
Why we care about this one? Pretty much.
not why we care, but why weren't the other ones highlighted?
I mean,
Because
he pretty
they
much
all was kids.
I mean, he pretty much said it. Why? Because Lil Ronnie is popular. He go yayo homeboy, and because he out from Fort Worth, Texas. So,
That's giving very all lives matters. Because honestly, literally, and people literally die every day.
Right.
And I think he was being very obtuse when he was saying that. Like you're being very, like you're just trying to pick. You honestly are, and that's just the kind of guy that he is. I feel like you're just trying to pick. Like, of course, there were other children who probably. Well, I don't want to say of course because that's horrible. Right. But yes, there were other children that died last year. There probably wasn't as much coverage, even on the local news. You know what I'm saying? It might have just been a blurb on like a website for the local news or something like that. And the thing is that happens every single day. They're called high profile cases like for a reason. Mm-hmm. We all know what's going to be circulated. We all know like the sensational is what's going to get circulated around the internet or the news circuit or whatever, and he knows this because that's his whole genre. Like you say loud and flagrant and just up to shit all the time because you know that's how it's going to get picked up. Because when you were just doing what, like you say, oh, I'm back home and I'm an activist, I do this and that and da 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 da, but nobody sees what I do, the good part, until I come on one of these goddamn podcasts and I be saying what I say and I talk how I talk. Like, you already know this, so why go off and say something like that? You know, stop being obtuse.
I think he say that too also because like, why does it keep happening where y'all not taking a stance?
Why is it every single time there's a mass school shooting, why doesn't it get national news every single time? Every single time they do not get national news because you know what? It would be in the news almost every single day.
And putting that much shit on the news every day.
I'm just saying, not every single school shooting is on the news nationally.
No, it's not even.
It doesn't catch every single blog.
I always say you got to get to a certain number for shit to start. Goddamn, showcase, like really get some.
Why doesn't every single murder, and you know what I'm saying? Why does every murder not make national news? Like, come on now, you're being obtuse.
I don't have an answer for that.
Exactly. Nobody. Come on now, because the media will sensationalize certain things depending on what the story is. If it's a good story, like it's a good. I mean, like good as in the fact that you know a lot of eyes are going to be on it. This is a story. A man was in a car wash in the broad daylight, and him and his daughter got shot up. It's sensationalized. That's why it made the news.
Yeah, evoking emotion out of everybody.
Exactly.
Yeah, and he was also stating how he don't like the hypocritical part of the people in that specific city, because again, you know, he got the, what is it called?
That youth thing for the boys.
I'm trying to remember what's it called. It's called hype. Hype, that's what it is.
It's abbreviation?
It's an abbreviation for helping the youth
prepare, or
something along that. I'll find it up.
Yeah, I mind.
But
I do mind.
It's he was basically saying that he runs that organization, and there was not. He brought it to attention inside the organization. And the people was outraged like they are now, but there was nobody raising money. Like, I think that a lot of them had to get cremated, if I'm not mistaken.
A lot of these folks don't got money or insurance on each other to even do proper burials, and they all got to do GoFundMes and stuff
right.
Like
but he
that.
said
hype helping young people excel.
There we go.
Thank you.
You're
awesome.
So he was saying that he had put GoFundMes up for these kids, and I think that he said the most that was raised out of all of them that he did was like $800.
But she get on there and she can raise her shit up, and she
get
it
right. And he was like, "Now y'all want to say something about how she choosing to go about it, and that's fucked up." You know what I'm saying?
So he basically was like, you know, on her side a little bit.
Right.
Okay.
Right. Until she came and
spazzed on him.
Yeah, spazzed on him for. Now that I have because I watched the interview. He
was at her defense.
He wasn't right, and he wasn't even snapping on her. Like, he was more like snapping on the community. Cause it's like y'all mad because y'all gave her all this money, but last year when I did the GoFundMe for all these other kids that died, I couldn't get more than $800 out of the community. But now just because y'all did donate and she deciding to go about it how she go about it, now y'all want to say something about it type shit.
Yeah,
know?
I feel you. Like, don't be criticizing her. Cause the perception that it looked like,
Hey,
cause she ain't boohooing and falling all over the floor. She's trying to stand strong. Cause this is a devastating situation. I wouldn't want to be seen boohooing and looking. Hey, I'm still alive. So
I'm still alive.
you feel me? Like,
I'm still alive. That's not funny. That's not
I know,
funny.
and in my mind, I'm thinking at a time like this, like even when I lost my mom and we had to bury it, it was hard for me to even show emotion. And sometimes you don't know what emotion to show. You just be so distraught, and the best thing you could do is I'm gonna show face. I'm gonna celebrate. We always been taught you really supposed to celebrate going home. So let's celebrate them, and let's not be sad. Ain't nothing. They ain't here. They ain't here. So we gotta celebrate them going home. I lost my baby. I lost my baby daddy.
yeah, I seen that.
And I'm not finna let y'all see me down. That to me, that's a gangster right there. Cause she go home. She go home and cry.
I mean, Rocket did make a good point the other day though, because it was like, okay, I understand that. If you just want to be a homegoing, if you just want to pay for the homegoing, do that. Why keep upping?
That's the thing,
right?
The GoFundMe.
She went from 3 to 7 to 30.
Yeah,
to
that logic.
Like,
there
I
was
could
throwing me
definitely
off.
understand a proper homegoing for your 5-year-old innocent baby girl. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Not no pine box, no nothing. A for real celebration of life. And if that was, and honestly, you know what? That could have been $10,000. A proper burial, a headstone, a casket, the service, the repast. I will give you that. But why continue to go up and up and up and up and up? And do we know it has the little girl ever? Has she been laid to rest yet?
I don't know what day the actual funeral was supposed to be, so I don't know the information on that. But
and then who's to say that's that money that from the GoFundMe?
But I don't care. I don't
Right.
care if it was the money from the GoFundMe. I'm asking
Why
about
have
the
it any-
GoFundMe.
right.
Like,
Why
why
have it
is
anyway?
it go up? Why is it going up so much?
exactly, and then
I would like
people
for
say
her to
what
be here
they
for her
say,
to answer that question for us too.
and then when people got their backlash, your first rebuttal is, "Nigga, I ain't hurting for no money."
And that was the
Well,
wrong
how
thing
the
to
fuck
say.
you
Why
ain't
did you make a
hurting for no
GoFundMe?
money if you keep raising the price on this GoFundMe? What was the point of raising the price then? Tell me that.
Right.
Just to see how stupid people really, or see if they go for it.
But why even play with somebody in a time of your child being dead?
Right. You should be definitely. It's a time of bereavement.
I can't tell you what how her brain works. I'm gonna be
And
honest.
that's
Because a
what
lot of
the
people do
whole
some.
outrage
Yeah,
was about.
a lot of people do be like they move weird after like tragic shit happens. So I don't, like I said, I don't know if motherfuckers don't even think properly. They don't even make
And then
proper
you already
decisions.
got a $500,000 life insurance. So like, if you already had that, what
Oh
was the
yeah,
point
that's
of all of
right.
this?
What was the point of the GoFundMe if you had a life insurance
Look, that's
policy?
why. Hey, look, she just making impulsive decisions, right? That's what it looked like to me. Impulsive decisions, just doing shit. Maybe it's doing to make her feel make her try to feel better about it. Oh, I don't know. We don't know. We're not unless we get her here to really answer these questions. We really don't know. No, we just spectating at this point. I would need her here for real to answer them questions from me because I really need them real deal answers.
Or she could just answer them on her own social media site. On her
But
Twitter.
she gonna be defensive about a lot of shit.
Which she has already deleted.
Yeah.
by the
Right.
way.
You don't think if she was on a podcast, she wouldn't be defensive?
Yeah, I know. See, that's the thing. That what baffles me a lot.
That's kind of like whatchamacallit daughter, Dr. Umar daughter. When she said something about because people were coming at her. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, first you said you wanted a conversation. Then when nigga agree to a conversation, now you trying to drag it and make it content. But then you get mad when
Everybody on your
when
ass.
everybody saying something about it. And we want to know more. And she was like, "Oh, if y'all want to, anybody want to know more, then y'all gonna have to pay me at least $3,000 to $10,000 for me to come speak on it."
Oh, honey, we don't want to know that.
So we know we like we already said we know your
was
game.
invited to the group chat free of charge. We ain't asked to be here.
Exactly.
Baby girl, ain't nobody paying.
No,
you.
what it is once they realize
to get this story, we don't care that much.
Once they realize they don't get the sympathy, attention, and they get in because shit makes sense. Like, okay, this man already. First of all, one thing, bitch, you trying to come out about some shit he already brought out. So that when a motherfucker be upfront and accountable about shit, and they put it out there. It's hard for when the motherfucker that felt like did them something come out and try to be like, well, he already acknowledged this and he talked about it.
He already put the whole pretty much more details around the situations, stating that your mother is pretty much 90% of the problem. With her using you as a pawn and then feeding you the side of the story that she just wants to feed you.
And like most men, look, when you get older, I talk to you. We'll talk about it. You can hear my side. I'd rather you and your mama be here. So you know, if you feel like if you feel like I'm lying, you have to go. Because I don't like that neither. I feel like we both need to be there. So you tell your point of view. I'm gonna tell my point of view.
You can see for yourself.
Facts.
Even if your mama want to stand on her version. When shit start not lining up, and you can actually see, all right, these were the two motherfuckers that was there, that was in it. Whose side sounds more
realistic, and you know, but a lot of time, like these kids be knowing, like once you get older, you really start seeing your parents, you know, especially if you just got that one, you start seeing and how they really is. You be like, like I know most of the dudes that you know they had their daddy around and trying to figure out, but then when they get older and realize they mama on some bullshit, and then they start saying, I see why my daddy left.
Oh my God.
I know some niggas they be like, but don't even have to go talk to the daddy to realize I see why my daddy left. Like, cause now she on my, like she coming at me like I'm her nigga or something. Like, and a lot of times, like Dr. Umar said, you know, a lot of times, you know, after you having a kid with somebody, they think y'all supposed to get married or something right then and there. Like, well, let's keep continuing. Like the process.
No, you're supposed to get married before you have
right. Yeah. But you know, back, you know how it was going. Then it was like most of the time women feel like once we having a baby now, goddamn, we need to go ahead and get married. Cause back in the day, you done got the bitch pregnant.
To send her.
Once you done remember back in the day, you got a bitch pregnant and your daddy find out, y'all go ahead and get married. He put that shotgun to your head, gun. You finna marry. You know, you ain't finna have no bastard kid. Like, so she could be pregnant, but they gonna make you marry her before the kid get here. So, but
you know what? Let me ask y'all about that. Let me digress real quick.
Okay.
Because like a lot of men will sit up here and have a kid with a woman, but would not marry her because that's too much of a commitment, quote unquote. What kind of logic would mandate that actually having and creating a human life with someone would be less than a commitment than marriage?
Because I don't want to have to deal with her.
I'm sorry, what? So you don't think that you're going to have to deal with her as the mother of your child?
See, it's different. It's different when I ain't got to be in your face all the time. I ain't gotta sit here and like you go at your house, I'm at my house. When you know but I'm an active. As long as I'm an active father, that's all. But I like if you get your like I ain't gotta worry about you. Like I don't have you. Not my responsibility.
Well, even so why procreate with a person that you don't want to have any responsibility for or to?
I'm gonna be real with you. A lot of times, motherfuckers don't be purposely procreating. They just be fucking horny. And they just be fucking without thinking. Not thinking to put no Jimmy on or nothing like that. Ain't
not
like
Jimmy hat.
Ain't like she trying to stop you and tell you to put one on either. So the both of us, we both made that. Like even regardless, we was just overly horny. We let lust take over. We in here fucking because a lot of motherfuckers are fucking motherfuckers.
That's one thing. But the other the question is how is marriage less of a commitment than having a child with someone?
It's not.
It's not. It's really not.
And in the bigger scope of reality, like
you really really still dealing with her.
It's just
how you dealing with her. I think I want to say it's just like
you clear. You get post nut clarity
after you bust that nut. Mm-hmm. That's why I learned to jack off before I go hang with a bitch.
Clarity. And unfortunately, when you don't have any guidance and you figuring a lot of shit out on the go,
and you overly horny and get to scratch that itch like you like to all the time,
you
make dumbass decisions.
look at the whole situation in the whole and the results of that situation. And I don't get the logic either. But again, I know I can speak from like where I was personally. And again, like I was in the street. I didn't feel like I was gonna be here at this age. I didn't feel like I was gonna be free at this age. And me thinking selfishly and ignorantly at that time, I made logic of I need someone here to carry on my name. And at that time, that made a lot of sense to me.
And see, for me, because I didn't have my parents, or just one, and kids became a thing to me. It wasn't. Being married or some shit like that wasn't even a thought. But I knew I was gonna have kids. I knew I was gonna have a lot of kids and show them that at least one of us love you, if the other one don't. That made sense to me because what my situation was.
That was just the question I had.
But see, I think it's always about where you at in life too. Like if you had like I said, if you had the you grew up with mom and dad and you would go down the same path your mom and dad went. You feel me? But if you grew up like me or Rocket, your logic and thinking is different because I'm pretty like you growing up. That's all we probably seen was a lot of. Yeah, I already seen that. Like either you didn't have your mom and daddy and you were staying with either another relative or your grandma, or you in the system, you in the foster system. Like
therapy needs to be.
Bro,
like,
Rocket has one of the best family relationships I have. This nigga's parents have been together, were together until he was damn near a teenager, and then was still this nigga, please. And then like what village that this nigga has around him, you can't lump him in with. I'm sorry, he chose his own way. Like I promise you, like and Clarence's parents got a real good marriage.
But
okay,
I'm not gonna tell you like the streets didn't encourage him.
That was all his choice. Because I promise you, if you were to look at Brandon's parents or his family, if you look at that shit on paper, that nigga is the outlier on God.
I'm the real black sheep of my family. I keep saying this shit. I keep saying that I'm the first person in my family to go to jail.
Yeah,
like this is not.
So you can't be like, oh, nobody was there. He didn't have his daddy. That nigga's daddy. That nigga got his daddy right now.
Well, I ain't saying he didn't have his daddy. I was just saying
I'm saying that's the environment that they'll say. Like, oh, well, you know, his parents got divorced. He was raised by a single mama. No, he wasn't. No, he wasn't.
And never will say that.
And then even when his parents did go through a divorce, his daddy got married again, and he was still with a married couple.
Listen.
Yep.
Until he wanted to leave away from that.
It's my stepmom's birthday today. I just
happy
got
birthday,
off the phone.
Mom. Happy birthday, Mom.
Just got off the phone.
I gotta call my sister. It's her birthday too.
And when I address her, I address her as mama because she was there. She did fulfill the role, and that's why I say I believe there's like no manual to be like the perfect step parent because. People be either too afraid to like want to engage or they overly do it and overstep boundaries. I believe she found a nice median and she played that to the.
You know what? I think that's another reason why I not have like trying to I guess do the relationship thing for real because I done made kids and. What's crazy is I don't mind. I don't mind at all that both of my children's mothers are in a relationship and have that's what I pray for them to have, to get married and like live whatever your dream is, live that, and I'm supporting it. But I just never saw it for me, especially I ain't never want my kids to have no stepmama. So I be like, they got their own mama. So ain't no way you need to step in on here. But I still fight that. Like,
no, I definitely understand. Yeah, it's like, again, I just had a simple question. It was, it was just.
Yeah. I mean, it's a good thing because so that's some shit we need to talk about a lot. Like, because we the ones, we part of that generation that sitting out here with multiple baby mamas and baby daddies and shit like that, and not thinking about marriage. Like I said, it wasn't on my brain at all. Now that I'm older, it's on my mind a lot. Having a significant other and. trying, but I'm battling those things. Like I said, like my kids having a stepmama, that shit still like, hell no. Like, you don't need to do nothing with my kids. Like, I'm like,
Well, see, again, that's why I say we need more therapy,
Yeah.
therapy, because in the bigger scope of things, nigga, we can see what the product is.
'Cause I
what
know-
the product is of this shit.
I'm probably worse than a woman when it come down like a woman be like, tell her, man, that ain't your kids, you don't touch it. I'm probably worse on a woman, like, hey, don't you ever think you finna talk to my kids any kind of way, or
Well, see, and
discipline.
I feel like that right there is trauma, and that
Of
right
course,
there
yeah.
is definitely unhealthy, because if, again, one or both of your parents have moved on and remarried, like there still needs to be that visual concept of hierarchy. There needs to be that visual concept. Them kids need to look and be like,
and that's what my
this is
son
what
mom
love look like. This
she
is
told
what
me
respect
about.
look like. This is why certain things go on. This one takes care of this one. These priorities in the household. This one takes these priorities in the household. Like, it still needs to be a healthy vision of a union.
But I'm gonna tell you how bad it was when I was
I
dating
feel like
around. Like, if I couldn't find nobody to watch, before I had my daughter too, it was just me, my son. If I couldn't find nobody to watch my son for me, and I got a little chick, I'd never call her. I'd just not go to work that day. Never. And she could have been riding with me for about a year or two, and she trustworthy. No, I got it. It's my kid.
I did see something last night
It's my
that
kid.
sparked my interest, as far as there was this white therapist saying that a lot of people who highly prioritize their kids over their relationships die alone.
Yeah, because their kids move out, they get their own families,
Yep.
and they consider their families the priority. And they do
Exactly,
not have
as
time to
they
take
should.
care of you.
Yeah, as they should.
But see, that's just how it should be. Whether you're a step parent or regular parent, I don't care. You are supposed to prioritize your relationship over the kids, because the kids, you're supposed to raise them to be able to live without you.
Exactly.
Right.
You're supposed to prepare them to be able to go out into the world and have their own families, and they have their families to worry about. If you are so busy worried about your kids and you neglect your partner, you will die alone. Well,
But back in the day, they believed in your kid don't come first. It's like the husband, wife, then the kids.
Yeah, but
So,
see, right now, this
it's kids.
generation,
It's kids come first
has
before
a
they
whole
selves.
argument over. Oh, wait a minute. I'm not feeding no man before I feed my kids, bro. That was a whole thing.
But it's a podcast where the dude
whole
talked to his
thing.
daddy. He was like, "Why the kid gotta eat out last? I want my food hot too." And the dad was like, "Nigga, you can put it in the microwave." And I felt him on that, like, but nah, it's
I don't get
hierarchy
that.
around here.
What?
But he felt like the kid felt like, well, he a teenager, like he upper age.
Well,
And
yeah, you can't even have them conversations
yeah.
logically.
Yeah, he was like, but if we the future, wouldn't you want to feed the future first?
No.
He was like, no, because shit, I'm
No.
taking care of the future.
Hell no, nigga.
I'm already,
You need to learn right now that the world don't work like that.
Yeah, it's hierarchy around here.
It does not
It
work
is.
like that. And again, we are just preparing y'all to go out in the world and be at least conducive to the society and to your personal relationships and all of what you build out here by exploring the world. They're like, no.
I believe honestly, I'll probably be fully pursued. I'll be in a relationship once my kids are grown. I just feel like
I mean, and that's definitely understandable. I mean,
because I don't have to worry no more. Like,
Right,
y'all
so-
grown, y'all do whatever y'all want to do. Now I can.
I mean, but your children will always be your children. They're always
Yeah.
Right.
But I already know me. Like,
And
once
that's
you get,
gonna cause a delay on you becoming more healthy for your partner, because now you done spent 18 years like, all right, I'm gonna get them out the way. Now you have to spend so much time reprogramming yourself to become healthy inside of a relationship, and that might delay
yeah.
more and more. And then again, when you
It'd be
look at the
tragic thoughts in my
projection
mind.
of what's out here, they already saying the dating pool is tainted now.
Yeah.
Like, that's the whole sentiment out here.
Like, it's nothing, nothing good. But I don't know. But I already said I'm living the rest of my life in Japan once they get grown anyway. So I'm up out of here, y'all. I just need to be here long enough for them to get about 21, 22. I'm like, daddy gone. Y'all do y'all. Call me if you need me though.
Call me, beat me if you want to.
But see, I know once my kids get grown, cause I'm gonna be like, I ain't gonna be. I don't care. I got you to this point. I care if you like live.
Here's the thing. As a parent who's literally there at this point, you would think that, because you know what? I thought that too. Your oldest ain't even fucking a teenager yet, bro.
Exactly.
My oldest is 20 and in college and lives halfway across the country. You would think that you'd be like, man, please,
shit. And I know from personal experience, nigga, I was in whole relationships between my first two baby mamas, nigga. Well, my last two, not my first. I was never know. But my last two baby mamas, nigga, and nigga, I was goddamn 24, 25, still having to call for help. Still having, because it didn't of course our brain don't fully form until we 25. But still, outside of that, I looked at the world like my house again. You know what I'm saying? How I was raised type shit. Nigga, no, it's not like that. You're going to have to learn to sacrifice some shit so that you can get your bills paid. So that you're going to have to learn how to put up money. You're going to have to learn how to sit down some nights.
Right.
You just can't, because you out here, like, think that life is just full of joy and you could do this and I didn't pay my rent, but I went and goddamn paid for a cruise so we can go out and goddamn have fun. Like, well, nigga, you not finna keep calling me for no motherfucking cruise.
And I ask you why you need help with rent, and you tell me that dumb shit. I'm like, well, you finna be out on your ass, because I don't think you learned something. And you being on your ass and learn something, you can feel how you want to feel about me, because you're grown. I love you. And the only way I can keep loving you and make sure you gonna have to fall on your ass, I can't come save your ass. You ain't a kid for me to come save no more.
Well, see, and I think that's a trauma within the black community too, because nigga, these white kids get out here and they can make as many mistakes as they want.
We not them though, bro, and that's another thing. We not these white folks. This not our system.
I'm not saying the system. Fuck the system. I'm not talking about that. I'm just talking about life in general, nigga. Like over in Africa, like them the niggas who actually are wealthy, which is a lot more than was projected to us. Yeah. But nigga, their kids make mistakes too. And they're allowed to make the mistakes without death or homelessness being the fucking end result.
But just like you said, those people have money. Our people do not. You know why they leave them out to dry? Because
we don't got
these are these are the same parents that make you start paying rent at like 60. Oh, you got a first job? Like, hey, let me get.
Now that's something I would never do. I don't.
You got your first job. Let me get something on the light bill. You got to start putting something on the rent. You got to start giving me gas money. Like those are the.
And I never kick my kids out neither.
It's unfortunately. That's what they're predisposed to.
Nah, I get that.
Yeah,
I get that.
Hey, do you know I left my foster people home at 17 because I knew that shit was gonna. She was already like they was already like taking the money I was getting. Like she used to take my checks. They'd probably leave me back with a couple dollars. But shit, that's what But
I get that. Again, that's why I say we need therapy, because a lot of people don't have accountability, so they'll do that to their kids, and then when their kids actually need help later on, you can't come back to this house. Why the fuck not? You didn't set me up to goddamn succeed out here. So I mean, at least you could do is understand where I'm at and kind of aid where you can. Like, it's a whole different thing if you were quote unquote making them pay rent, but you was actually putting it in an account.
Yeah, I know some parents like that.
So my son had texted me the other day. He was like, "Mama, if there is one thing that I have learned about adulting, it is that you have prepared me for this." I felt so honored. Y'all can't tell me shit. Man, I was like,
I kept telling you ever since I met you. One thing that I admire was your parenting, and again, nobody's perfect. There's no perfect parent, but I've always said that from the first time I've seen you with your kids, and that's one thing I highly admire about you is your parenting. Awesome. And I'm glad that the actual products, which are the kids that you are raising, are able to verbalize that and communicate that back to you. Because he's out there. He's seeing how.
Yes, he was like, "Mom, these people are unhinged." He was like, "What is wrong?" He was like, Like, did their parents teach them nothing? I was like, probably not, honey.
Because
Everybody
they didn't know
parents
that.
ain't the same parents.
He was like, no, for real, mom. Like, I promise you, thank you for giving me home training, because these
Yes.
people are out here with no home training, and I'm like, why do you act like that? Like, right now, my baby is a whole time. He's in school to be an engineer, and he's a
Shout out to
manager.
nephew.
Oh, shout out! And he just got invited to be in the honor society.
Shout out
Okay.
to nephew.
Yes,
Huh?
so let me big up my baby. But
Fuck
you know,
your
like,
name.
and he's a goddamn manager over at Chick-fil-A at his job. So like, my baby
Excelling.
is doing what he's
Excelling.
doing. So when he calls me, like his tea is so funny. He calls me to vent because he was like, "What is wrong with these people? Like, did
Find
y'all
out.
learn nothing? Like, did your parents teach you? Your parents did not love you." Like,
Nope.
your mama did not love you, and I don't know where your daddy at. Like,
Bruh, and it shows. This is what I was saying.
he be sending me those little reels
Bruh.
and stuff, like where he's like, where the kids are like, thank my parents for raising me right. I'm like, oh my god,
Yeah,
because it's something you know
ugly.
what? It's something that. I don't know. It's something
think
that
my
me as a
parents
parent
would
I
give me
worried
up.
about. I worried about real bad. Like, I wanted to make sure I wasn't fucking them up to a point where they couldn't get back from. And I did want to prepare them for what really and truly is out there. And I do want to tell my son, like, as much as he's out there and like I'm telling you, he has his head on straight. Like I said, you know, he's doing good. He's in the honor society. He was doing something else, some other fellowship or whatever. But another thing I wanted him to do was really enjoy this time. I was telling him, I was like, baby, there is no time like college. I went to college. I went to college in Pittsburgh. So I actually moved away from my family for the first time. I was by myself in a big ass city. I was in downtown Pittsburgh, okay? And it was the best time of my life. Now, I'm not gonna lie, I was literally a struggling, starving artist, okay? Like, quite literally. And if it wasn't for my bitches, I probably wouldn't have made it through because I'd have starved to death. But when I tell you that was to this day some of the most memorable times of my fucking life, and I would never take that time, like I would never take that college experience away. And I know that college isn't for everyone, but the college experience,
I believe it is for
bruh,
everyone.
I
And that's what
wish
a
that
lot
for
of
everyone.
people- yeah, a
I
lot of
wish
people
the
need
college experience for everyone, because yeah, it is hard, but I'm telling you, it is also rewarding. Don't let them play with you.
The socializing for I wish I would have went myself, just, you know, connection wise.
Right. It's just
But I ain't gonna count.
you learn so much real world stuff before you actually have to get
I
out
thank
in
God,
the real
I tell
world.
my
It's
mom and
just
dad, I thank God they gave me
it's
up.
something it's something. It's an experience. I don't
It
even know
is.
how to I don't even know how to explain it. It just really is its own experience. And I hope my son is, you know, having the time of his life, and
I'm
I
proud
can't
of
wait to
nephew.
see
But you
That's
know,
what's up.
I ain't
That's
gonna
what's
count.
up. That is
Until, you know, baby
one
girl
of the
get older, you got two
results.
that's overachieving in life. That's so beautifully, and you know,
And doing, bro, like I always just have to give her that. Like, bro, I don't care what other shortcomings you may have.
we gonna have them regardless.
You
So
is very high in the parenting category. You are doing very, very good, and that's something that even makes, and that's why they say like your circle has to be a reflect. Like, you're damn near gonna be a reflection of your circle. The way that you had the conversations with your kids, it made me open up and been able to talk to my kids more, and not be afraid that I'm either exposing them to too much or not giving them enough information. Like, just
the
being
world's gonna
honest.
expose
Right.
them whether
Right.
you like it or not.
Just being
So you
very
might well do it.
transparent and honest, and letting them know where you were, where you're at, and what your plans is going forward. That gives them the real world
Also,
experience
you-
right
you-
there,
you-
and what to expect.
I also give them a voice to come talk to you,
That is
Right,
one
not
thing
shutting
that
them down.
not shutting them down.
That's one thing that I really, really, really do cherish with my kids, especially my boys. Like, I honestly honor and cherish the times where they be like, "Hey, mom, can I talk to you?" And they really be talking to me, and like they talk to me about their own shit or whatever. But more, what I like is when my kids call me out about some shit. Like, even my daughter does that, you know, and I really appreciate it. She'll be like, "Mom, you know, everything will be said and done," and she'll be like, "Hey, mom, can I talk to you?" And I'll be like, "What's up?" And she was like, "Well, you know, I didn't like how you said what you said to me," and like, it makes me feel good that she has enough emotional intelligence to be able to articulate that how I said something to her made her feel some kind of way. And like, my boys, they'll call me out on certain shit. Like, you know, mom, for a prime example, I have ADHD. My oldest son has ADHD. Like, I will expect some things from him that like I can't do myself. And he's like, out of anybody, Mom, I would expect you to understand why it's so hard for me to do exactly what you're asking me to do, and it's hard for you. And he calls me out on that because what I don't want to do is take my disability and put it on my kids. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I don't want to be like, oh, well, maybe they can't do it because da-da-da. Nah, bitch. But sometimes I forget, like my son, he does, even though our ADHD is not the same, we do, share a lot of things. Like, for instance, if he would have never got diagnosed, they would have never diagnosed me. Because I didn't get my diagnosis until 4 years after he was diagnosed. And so like there's a lot of things, and like I have to give him a certain amount of grace that I just request out of my family, and that I ask for, because I'm realizing that some things are a little bit more difficult for me, or my mind might think of things a different way, or think of like a different way to execute certain things. And while that might be outside of the norm, I'm expecting something from you, and he'd be like, hey, I know this is what you're expecting, and I know the end result that you want. And while I can't do it in the way that you want it done, I can get it done. And can we just compromise on that? And I'm like, you know what? We can just compromise on that. I don't give a fuck how you do it. Just make sure it's done. All right,
that's like the realest. That's the realest life advice ever, because that's exactly how the world is. That's exactly how the world is. Even though, again, we look at the people who make decisions on our lives and our jobs and things like this, have the most fucked up, quote unquote, moralities about them, or the way that they go about shit. You be like, damn, like you don't give a damn about these people out here that don't have a way or anything like that.
Yeah, it's a lot.
Until you get in a position and you start trying to help everybody that don't got a way and understand that they put themselves there.
Yeah.
It's
everybody with afforded opportunity.
Programming. Their programming ain't the same as yours, and the end result shows it. This is the end result for them. Yeah. Like you're out there. That was kind of like what I was saying about people who keep going to jail. And then, like, you get people in there that can't even make a phone call to nobody. It ain't that you was born with nobody loving you. Nigga, people get tired of the same shit. If you're not going to grow, you can leave me out of it.
Yeah.
You can just leave me
because you making
the fuck
these
out
choices
that
now.
shit.
You at this point, you making them.
Exactly.
You are purposely making these motherfuckers.
Exactly. And bruh, I'm telling you.
Because it's too hard for you to go do the right way.
That shit, but again, like, even and it's a proven scientific fact that if you try to change, a lot of people that try to change after the age of 25 is very hard. It's very hard because you're kind of set in your ways. You know what I'm saying? And discipline is usually not a high thing for a lot of people.
Right.
And that's why success seems to be only 10% of, you know what I'm saying, however they break that shit down. But when you look at this shit, bro, that's why I give a lot of grace, because even though I know I still have a lot of the shortcomings that I want to work on, I know that I'm actually out here trying to change it, and I know how hard it is to change. Like, especially when you come to the realization that something that you thought was correct all of this time is not even nowhere aiding you in the direction you want to go. That shit is hard.
Coming to grips with that,
yeah, that's the first thing.
You gotta stop
changing.
Stop a whole certain shit you've been doing probably since you was a kid. You gotta stop it. Like trying to stop it for some shit you like. Damn, that muscle memory. I'm dealing with that now, especially with this procrastination shit I be doing. Like I be talking to myself, but still it take me a minute to even move on it. And I be hating that shit because it be like, bro, just move on it, bro. Like just do it, bro. Like do that shit, bro. You worrying about the wrong shit right now. Do it. And
see, I ain't gonna lie. I think what helps me out the most is because I went through ROTC.
You had a good discipline.
And then it teaches you discipline. It teaches you, nigga, you could be feeling like shit. Nigga, if you want some shit done, it ain't gonna get done until you take that first step. But in ROTC, you get disciplined for not taking that first step. You know what I'm saying? So it's almost like I have to just go ahead and do it, even though I may not fully understand it.
Or what? Yeah, or just in the motion to do it, or even it's just
In the long run, you
I
look
need to
back
do
and
it.
you be
Yeah.
like, okay, I get it now. I definitely get it now.
Yeah, see, that's why it's like do it, and if you ain't got the full answer to or understand it, just do it. You know why you need to do it. Go ahead and do it. Get it over with. You want to move up in life, especially in jobs and shit. You're gonna need education at this point.
Yep. Well, but some things in life, like or what people are calling karma, because I don't think a lot of people know what karma is.
I think it's a
anyway.
coping mechanism.
But this is something that you can't escape. And like Lil Ronnie's one of his killers has he's hospitalized now because when he got in there, they tried to kill him.
Ah.
Yes, and that's what I'm saying as far as like shit you can't escape. The like, bruh,
He
if
was
we're
somebody in
gonna
the
sit
streets,
here
so
and say that Sir Isaac Newton law is very real, like, and all of us can accept that energy cannot be destroyed, then you have to understand that that's damn near karma. And I mean, that's what karma is in technical scientific terms. Because whatever you put out there,
you gonna receive.
intentionally put out there, it will come back. It will come back. Like, and that's just a certified fact. But see, a lot of people look at other people and want to see the karma or want to see, oh, you did me wrong. So, hey, I know it's just a matter of time before such and such. And a lot of people don't see it. And it's because, like, the intentional part of it, what shit means to a person, what your interpretation is. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
If you intentionally know or feel in your DNA that this is wrong,
and you still
yes,
do
it's
it,
gonna
it's
come
gonna
back.
come back. That's
But
how I
if
look
you
at it.
really don't see no wrong in this, and you actually feel and understand this a different kind of way, it may have been wrong to somebody else,
but not to you.
but it won't come back in that way.
It's something coming though.
It's because it's all about energy. It's all about the energy that you put out there. And that's just that on that. Like, a lot of people feel like goddamn the Mangione shouldn't be locked up.
Who's that?
The nigga who killed this healthcare CEO.
Luigi.
Yeah. Well, I just know his last name. I like saying his last name. I know his whole name. But a lot of people will you might get majority of people in the United States that feel like if he could be free today, let him go. Let them go. Like, because in their hearts, they like, bro, y'all are the biggest crooks. Y'all are the biggest crooks.
But to America, they the ones, the saviors.
Exactly.
And,
but again, the whole place and state that we are in, it says you cannot do that. It doesn't matter how wrong somebody did you.
Vigilante
you
shit
can't
ain't
kill
good.
them.
You can't be Batman around this bitch.
That's why I say vigilante justice is not justice. It's a crime. It is a crime. Yep. But another point, something that really made me smile. I ain't even gonna lie.
What's that?
Seeing my nigga Steve the Stoner on Casanet Street.
Who?
Steve the Stoner. Uptown, downtown, uptown, downtown, uptown, downtown. I be fucking.
Oh, the nigga that do that dance.
Down, down. Now look.
Oh, that's his name. I did not know that.
Yeah. Well, see, I follow him because at first, when I first seen him, I described him as the flamboyant GD. I was like, nigga, what is your ass doing with all these fruity like moves? You know what I'm saying? That really had goddamn caught me by surprise. And it was, of course, it was funny and all of this.
You
and
know
people
how
was
far we
goddamn
done come from niggas dancing? That was cool to now.
Of course.
Now it's like, nigga, you down there gay if you dance.
Right. But see, my bigger thing with that was I remember actually seeing him, and when I went deeper into his page and shit, like, this nigga does the community work. Like, he goes to the after school programs and dance with the kids. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of his dances are not provocative.
Right.
They don't
some
cause,
simple shit like for everybody to do.
For you to be
Kids,
having your ass out
yeah.
and all of this, shaking your pussy and all of this shit. Like, the nigga just come up with some fun shit.
Facts.
But he actually takes time with the kids, which is Bruh, the
Stand up.
foundation of these quote unquote gangs.
Yeah.
A lot of y'all, a lot of people want to get in these gangs but don't want to pay attention to the community. Like, nigga, that was the whole point for you to police and protect and covet the community. Yeah, there's nobody that want to take the old lady trash out no more, cut the grass.
Help
They
her take
don't
her
want
groceries
to
in the
help with the
house.
kids. They don't want to do anything.
They ain't even having rent
but
parties
take.
no more. They don't even have rent parties no more for the people that going through.
Bro, because we in a selfish. It's a selfish. It's all about me and all of this. So when I went further into like his page and I seen, oh, this nigga really is in the community. He really do give back. He really do go and take time and be at the Boys and Girls Club after school and read them a book.
Stand up man right there.
Like, you know what I'm saying? So I really started. I followed him after I seen shit like that. But I remember when he first came up with this uptown, downtown dance, and the amount of people that was like, nigga, sit your motherfucking ass down, nigga. You making the city look bad. He from Milwaukee. You making the city look
Midwest.
bad. Like, what the fuck? This, that, and the third, to looking at all the comments on Casanat screen. And it's like, boy, you put the city on. You put the city on, boy, for this, that, and the third. And I'm just like, boy.
It's always like that till they get big enough.
Bruh, this is why.
You gotta leave your city.
And that's kind of alluding back to
Charleston.
what the Ratchet Hippie son was saying. Like, bro, a lot of people are not raised right. A lot of people go with the flow. A lot of people will change their whole morality makeup depending on what the popular say it is. Or like, no, nigga, if you felt like he should have sat down before, just because he done made it to Casanat, don't sit up here and change your tune now.
Keep that same energy.
Or if you do, I just know what type of person that you are. You just... You right. You're with the wind. You if the wind go left, that's the way you going. Like, but I fuck with it. I fuck with him being able to stay true to himself. And now he done made it to Casanat screen. I seen him doing it with Jess. Jess Hilarious had invited him somewhere. She was doing the dance. Of course, all the content creators, they done
been doing the dance.
Yeah, now it's a whole challenge. It was just good to see.
Yeah.
I looked at that, I was like, that nigga Steve, he did it, boy. That nigga came up on some real stay down shit. But again, your intentions got to be pure.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? The nigga, he still goes back.
What's that other
to the
nigga
kids
that started twerking when the money falling? Who that nigga?
That was Steve the Starter.
That was him too?
Yes.
Oh shit.
Yes.
I thought that was a different nigga.
No, same guy.
Oh, okay.
That's where he first popped off, when he was got there throwing the money up and got there dropping down.
Yeah.
And coming back up. That was the first one. That was the one that made me go to his page.
Okay, same guy. Okay.
And if you notice, that was he got big because he had the kid in there with him.
Right.
So it's still holding true to what, you know what I'm saying?
I knew he was going somewhere once I seen him on a clip on him on Kai and taught him how to do the dance. And then after that, I started seeing everybody do the dance like on TikTok. You know.
Well, shit kind of been big on
investigate.
TikTok, but
I never
yeah, he
investigated
just
into
made it
this
to
shit.
Kai, so that was a congratulations to him from me. Boy, have y'all seen the latest Kamala
No, that part.
appearance?
No, I haven't.
No,
I don't.
she spoke at an AI conference. Bro. We got a little bit of that.
Okay, cool.
We got just a little bit of that. I want you to just make your own judgment.
If you're holding a conference on AI and you needed a guest speaker, Liz, who do you reckon you would definitely not have as a guest speaker?
Somebody thought it would be a good idea to get Kamala Harris to attend and address the crowd of what you can only imagine is absolute brainiacs, the tech guys, the geeks, the nerds that run everything behind the scenes. And here's just a little snippet of her address to these incredibly smart people.
So we did DoorDash because I wanted Doritos. And the red carpet part was about to start. Nobody wanted to leave to go to the grocery store. So it was DoorDash. And I'm thinking about this, so I was willing to give up whatever might be the tracking of Kamala Harris's particular fondness for nacho cheese Doritos for the sake of getting a big bag of Doritos as I watched the Oscars.
The self-immolation with this one is just astounding. It never stops.
She's talking about innovation, supposedly. DoorDash was created 12 years ago. and that's her example of innovation, is that she ordered Doritos on DoorDash. I think she ordered something other than Doritos, and it may be in liquid form.
Well, I certainly think that America dodged a bullet. That's the takeaway from that.
I'm still.
All right, so she was at an AI conference, and she was supposed to be addressing AI, the integration
And
of
innovation.
AI into today's time, and what she thinks will be the future of AI. And
So
she spoke about everything but AI in that motherfucking conference, bro.
I'm so lost. I'm like,
Bruh, she spoke about everything other than AI in that whole conference. And there were even parts and times where she slurred her words.
oh, she be drunk now.
Where she just totally, she did a Joe Biden. Like, she was on this point, and then the next word was way left field, and she just went off to that point where she was at then. And that's where the Doritos thing come up.
Oh, shit.
Because she was speaking, she was
She was
supposed to
fucked
be
up.
addressing.
She was intoxicated.
Where she was supposed to be addressing the Copilot integration to the Microsoft Safari. Copilot is the AI assistant that comes with the Microsoft Safari. So she was supposed to be directly speaking on that. Got lost.
Don't even know what the hell she started.
And went Doritos.
I see. Yeah,
You know how I figured it out?
Dog, when I tell you, bro, this was
I'm lost. She got me lost. So, and none of that made sense to me. So she never made sense to me. But
bro, I just don't know what her team is doing around her.
I don't think they care.
Bro,
it's acknowledging that they don't care.
You have to. How the fuck do you think that people are gonna understand you at one point in time, or even
what made y'all say go for it? Just so she needed to show face or something?
I don't, bro.
That's what I'm getting at. Like, where at what point do your team say, "Nah, we don't need to do this"?
And again, well, I'm not even trying to down her because she likes to drink. Okay.
Yeah, no, I ain't talking
drinking is legal. Nobody has a problem with anybody of age doing whatever they do. But again, there are certain jobs in this life that require you to show up with a sober mind and understand where you're going with this. And I would definitely
This was unprofessional.
That being a former vice president would fall up under that category of these jobs that you need to take a little serious. Again, with Donald Trump and talking about all the planes and how he was like, no, we need people in here that are intelligent, that are at the top of their game, and that actually understand what they're doing. I got it. I got what he was saying. Like, bruh, like, yes, you just can't take a regular
You're gonna have
high
to
school
sacrifice
graduate
high
and put
shit and all
them
that.
behind a pilot seat that has, at any given time, X amount of people's lives at their fingertips. Like, you need to have somebody who has a great understanding, a great intelligence, and a discipline also.
So that means they got to sacrifice being intoxicated on anything. I don't think you should even want to do it. You shouldn't be allowed to even do anything. Alcohol, nothing, none of that while you're being a pilot, or like even in this type of film. Wait till you get home, or wait till you finish. But maybe again, she might. I don't know if you need. But if you need a supplement to get you to even speak,
this is what I'm saying. Like as far as
But then again, I
discipline,
need
bro.
something to get me there.
Okay, can I submit something to
Yes, ma'am.
to the people? All right.
Transgender. This is real.
All right, so this was another one of those if Trump said it, it has to be true moments. But Trump actually misspoke here big time. Because what Trump should have said is scientists were making mice transgenic, not transgenic.
Oh, he said
And
transgenic.
Transgenic mouse technology has revolutionized virtually all fields of biology and provided new genetic approaches to model many human diseases in a whole animal context. So as you can see here in the transgenic mouse model, scientists add human cells to mice so that when they introduce diseases and study them,
It's not the exact real extent, but it's the same story.
Yes. At a
Yes.
University of Cincinnati website where they're talking about their $8 million study to continue gene-environment interaction research. So yeah, Dunning, instead of stopping research where you say it was transgender mice, you actually stopped research that might help us figure out how diseases affect the human body. And you, Danielle, you bought the whole thing hook, line, and sinker just because it came out of Trump's mouth. Shame on you.
Yeah.
Okay, so what did she do?
Oh well, she went viral because she was like. She's basically a Trump supporter. She didn't do anything. She's just a Trump supporter. And she was just like, yeah, you see, you guys are wasting money because what he did, he actually did cut the funding because he was like, you guys are, we're spending $8 million on making mice transgender. Like, this is a real thing. And you guys are funding it. You spent $300,000 yet giving mice like breast implants. That's not what they were doing.
Shit.
They were,
That bitch did not read that shit right.
They were,
BBL.
they were studying breast cancer in mice, and they were doing transgenetic research, which means that they were transferring human genetics into mice so that way they could run experiments on the mice instead of actual running experiments on humans.
That nigga saw trans
So
and said, this transgender shit
exactly right. He saw trans and ran with it. So all I'm saying,
gotta go.
You know what I'm saying? And he said this in front of like everybody. This was at a speech, and this is our actual president. And it's not like I'm talking about cutting funding, like I'm actually cutting funding for actual research.
Trump, you gotta do better, baby boy.
Hey,
you gotta do better.
Again, this is why I say, bro, we pick the lesser of two evils when we do this whole voting process. I don't trust politicians anyway. Like, there's nothing that somebody is just going to be able to, even Bill Clinton when he was in office, even Barack Obama when he was in office, that just because you say something, I'm not then going to take your word for it and just move about my life in that way. Sorry.
Anything we probably seeing now is just a piece of some shit, and we gotta go further to look into it and find out it's some other shit.
Yeah, we always got to do that.
Yeah.
There is that again, self-research. Learning should never stop. First of all.
When she get out of school, it should keep going.
But I believe that they knew what they were doing because of the school to prison pipeline, the way that the school is set up. Like when people throw that hat, they are so ready to get away from textbooks, from reports, from projects, from quizzes, that they just stop learning all together.
I seen this dude had a clip. He was like pretty much breaking down. He was like, religion is pretty much majority a cult. He was like spiritual, keep you from spirituality for real. And he was like, schools make you dumber. Cause So he was like, a lot of shit you think half of the other thing, pretty much. So I was like, yeah, that makes sense. Cause motherfuckers think once you get out of school, that's the end of it. No, like it really ain't. It's not even the beginning yet.
You're just beginning in life.
Yeah, you finna learn for real.
You're just beginning in life. And again, like with me, even though there's a lot of bad things that can come out of certain situations, I still look for the positives that I can take and like implement in my life. Like I went wallow on like the incarceration. Incarceration could do one or two things. It could make you or it could really break you.
Right.
Now, when it breaks you, that's when you have the revolving door. They'll leave the light on for you. They will leave the light on for you because they know, nigga, you cannot go a solid 5 to 6 months without being right back in here. Or if you look at it from a different standpoint, like I was looking at that motherfucker, nigga, I don't want to be back in there. I do not want
That's
to be
not
back
a place
in
you
there.
should want to be in.
Hell to the no. But I understand exactly the things that they take you through behind those walls and the non-human. It's slavery.
Yeah.
It's in the Constitution. It's slavery. So like, bruh, I get it. They take you through the worst so that they be like, yeah, maybe your life is not the best, but it's a whole lot better than this shit. It is a whole lot better than this shit. And there are things that you can do to even enhance your life to make it a lot more better. But nigga, hell no. I definitely get that shit, bro. People, we got to do self-research.
I went in them a few times and was like, never again, man. Ain't nothing in here I like that's outside. It's niggas in here and they angry for no reason. I don't want to be around them. I don't like being around niggas. I don't like being around men, for real. Ain't no women in here.
Oh my goodness.
Shit weird.
But see.
But then it was some stand up niggas in there.
Of
you feel
course,
me?
like
Some old heads I did stay around. I'd rather stick around the old heads.
But I think like what the discipline, like the whole message is trying to teach you is like never be. If you don't like where you are, don't try to shortcut to where you want to be.
Right, because shortcut gonna lead you somewhere.
There, it's not even that, because a lot of people actually can make it to the next level with the shortcut. But once they get there and they find out like the respect is not the same amongst the people who now you're amongst, like, no, there's still going to be steps you didn't go through, processes you don't understand,
experiences you didn't get to. What's the word?
It's like the lottery, like the lottery curse.
All the motherfuckers be broke right after they get the money.
It's the lottery curse, bro.
It's only a few and far that goddamn do right by that money.
You get rich, a place that you have not sacrificed for, put enough discipline into making there.
And understanding how they got the money.
Right. You see all these overnight, quote unquote, celebrities that just all of a sudden their life has changed now. They were just in the projects. Now they're in 5-star hotels every night and this, that, and the third.
And they be fucking off doing dumb shit.
Bro, rich people don't even be in 5-star hotels every fucking night.
Hell no, that's too much money. That's too much. And I don't care if I'm a billionaire. That's too much money.
Bro, again, they don't get there by being
You go to these some of these bitches like $40,000 a night.
Oh my goodness.
You go to them ones and, well, all right.
That shit crazy. But, bro, speaking about transgenetic, right?
Ooh, thank God. I thought you were going to say transgender.
No, transgenetic.
Okay.
Your girl then popped out at 60 with a BBL. What you think about that shit?
Oh, Vivica. So that was real?
Bruh, this is what the report's saying.
That was,
There ain't nobody confirmed it yet.
So
she hasn't confirmed it. I ain't gonna say nobody. But she has not confirmed. She hasn't came out and was like, yeah, I gotta be.
I have been seeing like little talks because 50, 50 the first
50
nigga was the first nigga to go for it. But
that nigga say it look good though.
But man, look here.
I think it look like a diaper.
Hey man, listen here, brother. Listen, hey, she grown as shit. She is grown as shit. Yeah. I don't have I never.
You're a public figure, so that's gonna leave your public appearances to the opinion of the public.
Right, I get you, but she old. She trying to, she want that man, like she said. They got down, like her and Lisa Ray. Is it Lisa Ray? The light skin one.
There's a bunch of like
the one that played the Players Club.
Lisa Ray.
The one that played Players Club. It's Lisa Ray. They all look for that man. They're gonna pay all the bills and go on vacations. They don't do 1 week vacations. They do 30-day, 60-day vacations type shit. That's they already accustomed to that. So, but you don't look like the type of bitch I need to goddamn do that for. So now they gotta look like I think they innately know you gotta look like you gotta get your body and self to that type of looking bitch. Even though maybe that's just how I'm seeing it, and I could be wrong, and I'm just giving out an analysis here.
I just don't.
I don't know.
Like,
I don't know what would make her think to do it.
I feel like you set yourself up. if you're looking for somebody to take care of all of your bills and be able to sustain 30 to 60-day vacations, I personally feel like you are setting yourself up.
I don't think you're doing right
an
with your
upset.
money doing all that shit. To me, I feel like you make it. That's why you keep having to work.
It's not even that. It's like, why we who on that level starts to look for someone that's in a higher level? Usually millionaires,
Go down.
if they didn't build that together with their partner, they date down.
Yeah. But we all know a woman millionaire don't date down. They either looking for equal to or over.
Well, but you don't think it would be hard for a woman, a millionaire, to date down? Because it would take a very strong and I want to say like
healed.
Yeah, man.
Not even
to
him,
be
I
able, to be able to withstand the fact that your woman makes more than you. She's more important than you. She has more things to do than you. She has the schedule to keep. All this other stuff. It is more than what you have. She has more responsibilities than you. You know what I'm saying? Like that is hard for a woman to get from a man. Not that a woman would not do it. I mean, yes, we all hear about that, like the one girl who was like, "Oh, I wouldn't date a bus driver," whatever. It's not that a woman would not date down. It is harder for a woman to date down than it ever would be for a man to date down, because of course, a millionaire man could date a woman that's not a millionaire, and a woman would not think twice about it. But if you had a woman that was a millionaire, let's say a successful businesswoman, a CEO, something like that, someone who is making
Millions.
7-8 figures.
Mm-hmm.
They wouldn't know what to do with someone, or like someone who is making $100,000 wouldn't know what to do with someone like that.
I would say,
again, I would say it takes a special kind of. I'm not saying it can't be done. For prime example, look at ASAP Rocky and Rihanna. Okay,
exactly.
So I'm not saying that it. What? Rihanna is a fucking billionaire.
Right? He's $100 millionaire,
and she is a billionaire.
He's still lower
Do you
than
know
her.
how much more a fucking billion is than 100 million, my guy?
But
a billion.
But y'all talking about a dude that still can pay all the bills.
A billion.
Bruh.
And still take on
billion.
No.
That one a good one. I'm sorry, to me.
That was the perfect one.
No, because he got the money to pay for everything too.
And what's even more
But
perfect
see, the
about
thing
that
but here's the thing: as a man,
right, ego.
y'all have that. Thank you.
Ego
do not be obtuse. Ego and pride is comes, and it dictates a lot when it comes to y'all.
I agree.
I'm also,
and y'all are
fragile. I'm also say it's the type of woman, because it ain't.
I feel that too. That's where I was going.
I think
I swear to God, I was going there next.
No woman that's goddamn.
I was going there.
Like shoving that shit in your face,
It's
like
not
making you
even
feel
that.
You
little.
don't have to shove it in their face.
Rihanna was willing to transfer
You feel
all
me?
of her money over to ASAP because she still understands the hierarchy dynamic
That's what I'm saying.
within
That's what
her
I'm saying.
relationship.
That's what I'm saying.
All
Like,
I'm saying,
Y'all ain't saying shit.
to me, if
No,
I about to say, to me, it be a lot of times when dudes be having a problem, it's because the bitch nasty, boy.
Man,
that
police,
bitch nasty
like,
with that shit.
Like, y'all talk about so often to be like, oh, let's talk about the majority. Like, as a just in general, y'all's egos is not set up to, and your pride is not set up to set aside the fact that your woman might be making more money than you. Like, that is just common. Like,
I agree with
right
that.
now, you couldn't even get a woman who is making $250,000 and a man who is making $80,000. That man would feel some kind of way.
I agree with that. And that comes along with understanding oneself, being healed, and therapy.
I also believe
promise
if as long as I know most of them, if I could pay all the bills and still be good, I don't think they care. It's the ones that ain't really got the money to even pay none of the bills in the house. That's for one. And goddamn, I don't know. I don't know. I got to see enough of it too, though.
I feel like, again, what my answer would have been.
Because I know a lot of women making way more money than the
they
nigga.
need to, I feel like maybe looking in other quality spaces. Like maybe look for healed men that practice therapy. Because if you just want to put that out for me, let me just say this. If Charlemagne the God was single, and I'm not calling him perfect, but what I'm saying, if he was single and he was to start dating either Lisa Ray or Vivica A. Fox,
he'll leave.
I would think that would work. because it takes a healed man to understand that this is not where your ego lies inside of a relationship.
But no, I don't know too funny because the shit they want, Charlamagne ain't willing to do.
Yes, he is.
Like
'cause
what?
He does it for his wife.
But he very frugal, like with his money. Like he don't like this man don't like it. Got that he play broke a lot.
Here's the thing. The only thing that these two women are saying is that I'm not going to change the status of my life and how I live it and what I can afford. This is what I can afford to give myself. If you can't afford to get, I'm not changing, and I'm not going to be I'm not going to be in charge of your ego or protecting your ego or living down to your means because you can't provide for me what I can do. All Lisa Ray said was, I take 30-day vacations. I'm not going to Miami for a weekend. No, I'm going to Europe for 30 days, 60 days. I'm in the archipelago. I'm doing X, Y, and Z. I'm on a yacht. I'm doing this. And I understand if you can't do that. I get it. You can't keep up. I get it. But I'm not going to be in charge of you feeling some type of way, your little ego, your pride feeling some type of way because I can't afford to not go to work for 30 motherfucking days and not be shit. You can't do that. Don't be mad at me. So all she's saying is that I would like to find someone who could at least do that because they understand where I'm coming from. You could take 30-day vacation, so can I. I mean, shit, Cheryl Lee Ralph, her and her husband don't even stay in the same fucking house. They live in separate houses.
Yeah, that's how gangster.
But they've been married for 25 years and they make it work. She speaks very highly of her husband.
Exactly.
Like they make it work. She you know what I'm saying? Like
that's why I say it's going to take both parties.
Thank you for giving it in that perspective because the way they come off right now.
Because now I'm going to say this because it still is going to be there's only a certain percent of straight men in that category that make that much, and that's why I say. That's where they're killing themselves. It needs to be another criteria that you're looking for.
There's not a lot of men.
Because, bro, it's not going to be a lot of men. And then on top of that, straight men. And then on top of that, men who are attracted to black women up in that category that makes equal or more than you.
Right.
So that needs to go away. And you need to look for a healed man whose ego will not be hit. That you want to take a 30-day vacation.
He's still at the crib chilling.
Or he could go with you and not feel lesser when he's on the trip with you. That's why they would rather do it with somebody who already makes that because the mind frame is already there. If you got the mind frame and just not the money, I feel like now you're excluding a potential candidate off of your list because of a financial status. And I just feel like they need to get rid of the financial status and just look for the mind frame. Someone who is not finna feel unmasculine because you make more than them or is not going to give you an attitude because there's a 30-day vacation plan and he hasn't achieved anything like this, so he's finna throw the whole vacation. No. If you got a nigga who is healed and understands that and is not threatened by that,
go ahead on your vacation.
I feel like that's a good candidate for you.
Yeah, I hold the house down. I gotta go to work and everything.
Or not even hold the house down. We have the bread. We have the bread. If we're married, we have the bread. We're supposed to be one. So if we're married, bro, there's no reason why if you want to play, bro, all right, so we going on a 30-day vacation. Cool.
But see, you got to think about the type, if they get to kind of do it like he got a job, so he can't really be gone for them 30 days for real.
Nah. Again, we
unless
just
he got one of them like
hypothesis anyway. None of this has even happened. All I'm saying is mind frame is what they're in the end looking for. Because exactly what they said, I would rather find somebody who already makes this. That way their mind is already in this space.
Sense. That makes sense the way you break it
That's
down.
all I'm saying.
The way y'all both broke it down makes sense.
The mind frame more than the financial status. That would just be my input on that. But this has been another episode of
Ready to be accountable.
We see y'all next week.
I didn't think that was ever going to end.